Welcome to another Gumbo's Flying Circus livestream. Some say he is the pinnacle of modern virtual aviation flying. But what do they know? So sit back, relax, slurp a drink and grab some popcorn. And only your popcorn. Here's the virtual pilot everyone loves. It's Gumbo.
Well, good afternoon, welcome to another one. Back with the A10. Hey Nuki, how's it going? Good to see you. Glad you could make it. So I thought I'd continue on with the A10C training missions. See how I get on. I've got my fan on. It's a bit warmer today and the sun's out, so if that's interfering with the mic too much, let me know. But should be alright. This thing picks up everything. And if you put the noise reduction on it, it's just awful. So yeah, anyway, just get into the campaign. Don't hear it. Oh, brilliant. Okay, it's sort of over in that direction anyway, so it's coming across. But oh, that's good news. You know, when I've tested this mic, you can hear everything click click and bang bang. And so what were we on to? Basic Flight Training Qualification, wasn't it? Yeah, so I've got to find the emergency thingy, haven't I? Brake for the forced landing. I think that's down by the right side of the seat. There's a little lever down there. I think we've got to pull that, so it's APU on, pull that up. See if I can pull off these manoeuvres. So, as a refresher, we're going from Batumi, turning point, do 2 clearing turns, a stall test, the stall recovery, spin recovery, so that's what I've got to get onto quite quickly, isn't it? Defensive spiral dive, lazy 8 manoeuvre, and then a practice force landing. So that's a spiral dive. There's the lazy 8, it's left then right. And then there's the airfield you've got to land on and stop. Alright then, let's get this loaded. Oh dear. Just trying to get these rudder pedals in the right place. Just so if they're too close you're hunched up, and if they're too far away you can't push them enough. So right then, let's knock this off. I've got my checklist ready. Let me just click that. Okay, now I've got to center me head tracking.
Welcome. Get your bird in the air so we can start this PO.
Right, so back to the startup, which you have to do on every one of these, it looks like. Okay, let's click gens on, battery on, inverter on. Do the tests. Yeah, that's working. Test the fuel, then test the oxygen. Looking for the warning to come on. There it goes, and then go off again. There we are. Next I need to put these switches on, boost pumps, and then start the APU. Nice just having a switch on the throttle there. So just wait for the APU to come up. So watching the EGT and wait for the APU to get 100%. Oxygen's flowing. There we go, APU gen on. Right, CDU, flight plan. Got to set the radios. Might do this quick before they start up. 1, 3, 1. Seat adjust don't need to do. Request engine start. So ATC to me.
Colt 1-1. Request startup. Colt 1-1. Atumi, clear for startup. Wind 093 at 6 meters per second.
Right, there's startup. So position lights. Let's cycle the lights there. It's on the pinky switch on the throttle, which is you pull it aft and that gets the lights on. Stick those onto flash, and then we go left engine start. Just got to wait for the engines to spool up. So now's the time to have a drink and all the rest of it. There goes the hydraulics.
Passing waypoint 2 at 7,000.
Yeah, although it's sunny today, it's still quite cool, which is nice.
For 400 at 7,000.
Very slight cool breeze coming in, which is also it's just the right temperature for me, with that little bit of a breeze, and it's nice and comfortable. So I'm quite happy for that today, you know. That's for the APU
Colt
generator.
1-1, Colt 2-1, radio check.
Yeah, let's do parent menu, F10, copy.
1, copy.
Let's put that back onto ATCO. Right engine.
I read you 5 by 5.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 2 at 6,000.
Now with this campaign you have to do this each time, but
Don't skip any checklist items. The
Hey
bird has
Shifty,
to
how's
be
it
fully
going?
mission operational to pass
Breathing
this
helium.
performance check.
Yeah, what, my high-pitched voice? Doesn't match, does it? What did you think I looked like then? Kingston. Right, it's cycle flaps. Yeah.
Colt 2, passing waypoint 2
Oh,
at
T
7,000.
cycle.
Colt 2, on station at Bulls 12044.
Oh, look at Sabre. There he is. There he is. Look. How you doing? You distracted me from what I'm doing here. Right, speed brakes. Right, flight controls. The thing with this campaign is you've got to test all this stuff out every time, otherwise it fails you on it. Even though it's all going to be. I wonder if you pressed, if you just did an auto start, it would be okay. Flight controls, SAS. 2, 3, 4, and takeoff trim. Right, CDU is on. So let's put the MFDs on. Flick the switches. Do the bit rate. Oh, the voice changer. Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the middle of my A10 exams. Yeah. I think one of my exes said years ago that my voice doesn't match my face, and that I'm more intelligent than I sound. So that was the end of that one.
Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, thanks, Shifty. It's nice to be
Altitude,
doing this. I thought this campaign would be nice to get into for something different, you know. The world and his dog do missions and things like that, but I thought I'd learn a new module, and as this has got the campaign to learn it, I thought, yeah, why not give it a go and see what it's like, you know. Yeah, yeah, I know. These things are huge, aren't they? I used to have G430s, which were slimmer, but I feel it looked like a what was those things in those silver Cybermen in Doctor Who? They wore these, didn't they? Right, TAD, nav, fix a waypoint, EGI, steer point thingies, G meter. That flicks on, take off the what's it there? Okay, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. Steer switch, ILS and TACAN. APU gen. APU off. Let's put this on. EAC. Radar altimeter. Right, NWS is on. Press taxi.
A10C Colt 1-1. Request taxi to runway.
Right, taxi light. Oh, wrong way. That's it. Canopy.
Colt 1-1. A10C, clear to taxi to runway 31. 2, rolling.
Right, let's check the brakes. Yeah, good.
1,
Taxi
rolling.
out. Right, let's get to the runway. I've got to get ahead of that guy. I should make it. Emergency shoot handle. Oh, is there? Right, let's change these to steady. Let's get these on. Let's get the lights on. That on. Request
A10C
takeoff.
Colt 1-1. Request takeoff. Colt 1-1. A10C, you are cleared for takeoff and ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29781.
We need the seat.
Rolling.
Right, so you got to do run up. Oh.
Rolling.
Right, let's go. Oh, bit wonky. There you go, turn that nozzle steering off now. It's a bit touchy, that. Might have to change that on these pedals, I think. Alright, looking for 125-ish. There we go. Gear up. Turn that off, get the nose back down. Flaps up. I think I might have missed the flaps, but oh well.
2, rolling.
Right, 180, let's climb. Get on
Your
course.
performance check starts now.
Let's trim a little bit. Oh, feet off pedals, that's better. What, down there, that handle?
Fly heading 300 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Wheels up. Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 4 at 6,000.
Right, we're looking for 6,000 feet, aren't we? In this heading. And then speed up to 200 knots in tan. I think that was right from yesterday. Just trim for that speed, I'll try and hold around 180.
2, rejoin.
So that emergency handle, I've
The
got to
hard
pull
deck
them.
limit is in effect. Do not go below Angels 5 unless the restriction is terminated.
Roger that. This climbs pretty well, doesn't it? Like a glider.
Approaching Angels 6. Level out and maintain 200 knots.
Oops, going to miss it there.
Well done. Maintain 300 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Well, it's close, it's close. Oh, let's descend a bit.
Turn right to 040. Maintain Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Well, let's get round or he's going to start telling me off. Alright, here we go.
Good. Maintain 040 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Oh, a bit fast there. That's a bit wrong. It takes me 1 or 2 flights to get back into it, and then I sort of settle down and start being able to concentrate better, you know. Right, there we go.
We will need some altitude for the next series of maneuvers. Climb to Angels 10.
Right, let's go up. Yeah, I've no idea. Got to stop this somehow. What's that? Emergency manual chute handle. That must be for the back of it, surely. Because when you eject, the seat departs from you, doesn't it? And disappears off. So we might need that for the landing. Oh well, worth a try. Yeah.
Level out at Angels 10. Maintain 040 and increase speed to 220 knots.
Okay, let's get to 10,000.
Cove 2, passing waypoint.
Good. Maintain 040 Angels 10 at
Shit,
220
yeah.
knots.
Oh. Retrim.
You are now entering the military operations area.
Got to concentrate, settle down, concentrate a little bit.
During the next set of maneuvers, attitude, altitude, and direction of flight will change rapidly.
Yeah.
You must exercise extreme caution by ensuring the immediate area is clear of other aircraft and that no danger of mid-air collision exists. A clearing turn allows you to clear the area in which you are operating. You will make 2 90-degree clearing turns, one to the left and one to the right.
Right, one to the left, one to the right, 90 degrees. Clearing turns.
Make a 90-degree left turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
What now? Alright, so we're supposed to scan like that and have a good look round, look at the back. Make sure I don't use too much
Good.
speed.
Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
Okay, I will. I'm having a good look. There we go.
Now make a 90-degree right turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
Okay, back we go. Right, so you just keep scanning. Scanning. See, I did that last time and went a bit too high. Let's get round.
Good. Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
There we go. I noticed the A10 below me then. I thought,
We will now induce a stall and recovery. Pitch the nose up to 45 degrees until you hear the stall horn and the airspeed drops below 60 knots. Recover the aircraft to level flight before Angels 9. Begin when ready.
45 degrees, below 60, then recover. Alright, let's go up. Let's get that nose coming up.
Good. Maintain this pitch angle until the airspeed drops below 60 knots.
Okay. It's quite steep. Waiting for that 60 knots.
Good. Now recover to level flight before Angels 9.
120, 30, 40, 50, 70, there's 180 coming.
Good. You recovered above the expected altitude.
Okay, oh, no feet on rudders for this one. It's the spin.
Fly heading 040, Angels 10 at 220 knots.
Right, let's go down. Got way too much. That height might ruin it a bit.
Good. Maintain 040, Angels 10 at 220 knots.
Come on, get down.
We will now induce a spin and recovery. Pitch the nose up to 45 degrees until you hear the stall horn and the airspeed drops below 60 knots. Apply right full rudder and pull back on the control stick. Recover the aircraft to level flight before Angels 9. Begin when ready.
Right, 45 right rudders, hold stick back. Okay, I'm going to leave the engines there. Right, let's get that nose
Good.
up.
Maintain this pitch angle until the airspeed drops below 60 knots.
Okay, will do. Wait for the stall.
Good. Now apply right full rudder and pull back hard on the control stick. Recover before Angels 9.
Oh. Come on, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. There we go.
Good. You recovered above the expected altitude.
Oh, retrim.
Fly heading 040, Angels 10 at 220 knots.
That trim went out then. For quite a bit.
Passing waypoint 4.
Good.
7,000.
Maintain 040, Angels 10 at 220 knots.
There we go, that's about right. Let's descend a little bit. Oh, helpful to take my feet off the rudder, isn't it? That's why it was out of trim.
Our next maneuver will be a defensive spiral dive, but we need altitude, so climb to Angels 15.
Right, let's get up there. Yeah, that's quite interesting. It's good fun actually doing those spins and stalls and getting used to it. We get to learn how it behaves. Something that we don't usually do, or I didn't normally when flying around. The good thing is you can apply it to other aircraft as well, so it's something to practice and get used to it.
Maintain 040, Angels 15, and increase speed to 220 knots.
Right, looking for 220 knots. Where I'm heading. Just retrim.
Good. Maintain 040, Angels 15, and 220 knots.
Alright, try and capture that speed.
The defensive spiral can get you out of a jam when your energy is depleted and you are under attack from another aircraft.
Right, spiral dive
The
coming up.
maneuver consists of dropping the nose low during a turn and going into a spiral dive using gravity to supply the energy needed to continue evasive action.
Roger.
The defensive spiral becomes a rolling scissors performed straight down. Your goal is to stay out of phase with the attacker until the ground is dangerously close. The advantage usually goes to the aircraft that can decelerate quicker. You can cut power and extend the speed brakes in an effort to force an overshoot. If this is unsuccessful, you will pull out of the dive at the last possible second, hoping to cause the attacker to crash into the ground. Lower the nose and begin a spiral dive to the left. Maintain a 60-degree bank angle and 10-degree nose-down attitude. You have 2 minutes to complete the procedure. Begin now.
Right, down we go. Get the engine off. 60 degrees. Let's pull that. Let's get the nose
Keep pulling
round.
that stick into your gut, cadet.
Whoop, not too much. Trying to get maximum turn with without getting too wobbly.
Good.
No, slowed down. We've got 160 knots there. Still got about 10 degrees. We're right on the cusp of the low altitude there. That's the gear warning.
Passing waypoint 5
Turn
at
that off.
7,000.
That's
Good.
7,000.
You can level off now. You completed the spiral dive.
Right, maximum throttle. Let's get round some heading.
Fly heading 210, Angels 8 at 280 knots.
Right, Angels 8. Let's go up. It's that 8 procedure next, I think. 280 knots. Right, let's speed up then. Keep trimming.
Fly heading 210, Angels 8 at 280 knots. Well done. Maintain 210, Angels 8 at 280 knots.
210 Angels 8. 280 knots. Okay. 270. It's coming up to the 280.
Our next maneuver will be a lazy 8. During this maneuver you will climb, turn, and dive through an ever-changing range of speeds. This requires constant adjustment to the stick and attention to where you are in the maneuver.
Right, it's left and right for this
Fly
maneuver.
straight and level, then enter the
remember
maneuver.
that 'cause I went left,
Pull
left
back
this
slightly on the stick and start a roll to the left. This will put you into a climbing left turn. Gradually increase the banking angle until you're in a 90-degree turn. At this point, push forward on the stick to bring the nose down to start a dive and roll out of the turn into level flight.
When you return to the altitude at which you started, begin a climbing turn to the right, identical to your earlier turn to the left.
Right, so I've got to remain at 8,000. Get back to 8,000.
When you reach a 90-degree bank, start your dive and level out the wings. You should end this maneuver at the same altitude and on the same heading as when you started your first turn.
Okay.
You have 90 seconds to complete the maneuver. Begin now.
Right, so let's pull up, turn, let
Good.
the nose come down.
Good. Good.
Right, let's get the nose down.
Well done. You are back on course and altitude.
Thank you very much. Right, let's get to 280 again.
Fly heading 210, Angels 10 at 220 knots.
Angels 10, let's climb.
Our
I
last
think you can
maneuver will
pull
be
that.
to practice a forced landing. This is when an aircraft is forced to make a landing due to technical problems, medical problems, or weather conditions. Landing as soon as possible is a priority, no matter where. A forced landing may be necessary, even if the aircraft is still flyable.
I wonder if I can pause it and have a look at the bindings or anything.
This can arise to facilitate emergency medical assistance or get the aircraft on the ground before a major system failure occurs, which would force a crash landing or ditch situation. To simulate an emergency, we will shut down both engines and you will be required to glide the aircraft into a suitable landing area. Shut down both engines now.
Right, here they go.
Good. Both engines are off. Now steer towards the emergency divert airfield identified in the briefing and attempt to land on the runway. I have cleared your landing attempt with the local authorities. The hard deck restriction is terminated. If you can't manage a safe landing, you are authorized to eject. Good luck.
Right, let's just turn around, get into the direction I need to be. I wonder if I can do this. It's going to allow me to do it. Yeah, let's see if I find something that I can... No, nothing to do with shoot. And let's have a look at brakes. Emergency wheel brake. What can I bind that to? Yeah, let's just make it that one. Right, let's see if this will be a bit different with that. Let's turn the... what's it's on? I'm very close to it this time as well. Look at that. Oh, it's going to be tricky. I'm a bit higher than it started me off, right, much closer to it this time. Right, there we go, got our speed back. I'm at 6,500 feet still. And that's giving me some flap. Shush. Right, let's turn in. So we've got 162 knots. The speed brakes out. Let's drop the gear. I'm very close to it anyway. Retrim.
Altitude, altitude.
Let's see if I make it this time. Let's keep the speed brakes in.
Altitude, altitude.
Slow, 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 slow. Oh, 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 oh. 10, 10.
Well done! You managed to land the aircraft safely.
Okay, let's see how you have rated.
Yay, finally did this one. It took me 2 attempts last time.
For general knowledge, airmanship, and safety, you rated qualified. For pre-takeoff and takeoff, you rated qualified. For navigation and maneuvers, you rated qualified.
That's good. Went better than I thought.
For approach, landing, and after landing, you rated qualified.
That should be genius level, shouldn't it, really?
For comms and task prioritization, you rated qualified.
Nice. So we pass this one then. Chuck it in.
We will end our flight here. Congratulations.
Oh, Idle
you passed this
Betazoid, thank you
PO.
very much for your
You
follow.
received a qualified rating. Well done. Return to Batumi for the next qualification mission.
Yeah, changed my name to Chuck. Phew, I tell you. Oh, let's get this background back on a bit less quiet, isn't it? Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, thanks for your follow, much appreciated. That was awesome. And yeah, finally Nuki did it. And thanks Sabre as well. Yeah, Evil Knievel. Yeah. Or Lucky Bastard, whichever one you want to use, you know. Oh dear, that was good. I'm glad to have passed that one. Oh, give me time to have a little break, as that's otherwise I'm gonna, you know. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, thanks Idle Betazoid, good one. Yeah, thank you very much. That was good. I enjoyed that. It's nice to get those manoeuvres down as well. That's very satisfying. But we'll do the next one in a second. Just having a little breather. I think that yeah, knowing that it's got an emergency brake is helpful. There's I think you got to hold it in, and then I hit the brakes on the rudders, and then it started slowing down. So, but I kind of missed that yesterday. So yeah, now we've got that one done. I hope the next one's that would be interesting. If that's what it's throwing at me now, what's it going to throw next at me? Hopefully it's not going to get like super difficult or anything like that, but we'll see. Oh, let's have a little look. Oh yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I put the there's a red button on my throttle on the left-hand throttle. It's the Warthog stick, right? So I think you've got to hold that in, and then hit the brakes on using my rudders. Because I hit it and nothing seemed to be happening, and then I put the rudders on, and then it seemed to slow down more. So I think that's the thing with it. I might be wrong, but that's what I think I saw anyway. That's what it seemed to do. But first time using it. Yeah. Let's see what we got next. Oh, Aerobatics. Oh god. Yeah, alright. Winning streak over. Let's reset these switches as well. That's better. Aerobatics. Oh. Right, I'm going to have to learn what these are, aren't I? So, right, so we take off turning point, do clearing turns again, and then general awareness test. Oh, I wonder what that is. Hasn't got it listed. Might have it in here. So you've got to do an Immelman, a split S, a loop, then there's your turning point, then a barrel roll, a clover leaf, and then an aerobatic sequence. Oh no! Oh, this is going to take some practice. This isn't going to be a one-shot deal at all. I wonder if it tells me. I hope it tells me what these things are. Right, okay. So an Immelman is basically it's like a half S, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to have to make some notes. I know he's going to tell me what to do, but I just like to know what I'm doing. Just in case. I'll try and get it in my head, you know. So an Immelman is fly that way, loop round, roll, and continue. Okay. Split S, yeah, I know that one. It's basically a reverse, isn't it? So we're going that way, we rotate inverted, go pull, and then continue on. Right, yeah, we're good with that one. Yeah, we know what a loop is. Loop is just a circle. And barrel roll. Oh yeah, that's, you've got to kind of pull the stick back and to the left. 45 degrees and then roll to the left while increasing the pull to start a loop. The inverted position, top of the loop, the wings should be level and the nose should be on the horizon with your heading 90 degrees from your original direction. Continue with the nose falling through the horizon as the airplane rolls back towards wings level. The barrel roll ends with the airplane returning to level flight on its original. Yeah. Right, barrel roll. I'll write that down, but I don't need to do the thing. Let's see how well we can do that. Cloverleaf. Oh, okay. So these are things that you probably do anyway, but you just don't know what they're called. Or I mean, this is great. This is a great basic newbie introduction to these things, you know. That's pretty awesome. So you start with a barrel roll. So coming up, we're doing a turny thing there. Start barrel roll. I need to write this down so that I can quickly reference it. You might tell me, but it gets in my head then. 90 degree. Right. Okay. Then a split S. So one's that, then two is the split S. Let me go down that way. Split S. Bloody hell. Okay, this is going to be a toughie. So we do the barrel roll to the right, then the split S, and then you continue forward and the same manoeuvre, and then do it again, and then do it again. You should roll out on heading. This might be a tricky one. Repeat the barrel roll and split S. I'm going to write that barrel roll. Barrel roll and split S times 4. 4 times, forming each leaf of the clover leaf, completing each manoeuvre at the same altitude as when you... I'm sure I will. And then perform an aerobatic sequence of your choosing. Ensure smooth application of controls, blend manoeuvres to form a sequence. So that's like an in woman into a split S, into a loop, into a barrel roll. I wonder if that would be enough, or it wants me to do all of these ones, one after the other, or if just 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. We find out. Doesn't say, does it? That's the tricky one. That is definitely going to be tricky because of this manoeuvre here. Where is it? It's a barrel roll 90 degrees to the left. To the right even. And then level your wings when inverted. So it's like you start the barrel roll and then you come... Yeah. I don't know, might be easy. Doesn't sound it. We'll have a crack with that in a minute. We'll have just get wrap my head around that. Yeah. I'll be doing air shows before you know it. Oh, volume in my headphones just shut up and that. Right, so I'll be doing that in just a second. Just psyching myself up for it. Because these take a little bit of time. So Immelman, split S, loop, barrel roll, and then the clover leaf. And that's barrel roll to split S, barrel roll to split S, barrel roll to split S, and turning to the right each time. So barrel roll, alright, 90 degrees to the right and level your wings when inverted. Then perform a split S heading in the opposite direction, ended up at the same altitude you started the barrel roll. Yeah, so that's the right, and then you come back towards, so you're coming up this way, barrel roll to this direction, and split S, barrel roll right, split S. Okay. Right then, fingers crossed. No doubt I'll have to do all the start up again. Yeah.
Welcome. Get your bird in the air so we can start this PO.
Alright then. Alright. Throttles off, speed brake, flat lever, APU, EAC. Yeah, that's always the same, isn't it? Okay, so APU, gen power, battery, inverter. Test the lights. Yeah. Test the fire. Yeah. Test the fuel, and we have fuel on board, of course. Oxygen, come on, oxygen on, test. Wait until the warning goes off. There we go. Switch is on. All I want to do is set this up actually before I do anything else. Oh, they never go first time. Right. 1, 3, 1. APU start. Just wait for that 100 degrees again. 100%. Now there we go, APU can now come on. CDU needs to come on. Put that to plan, request startup. Oh no, got to put the radios on. There we go, request startup.
Atumi, Colt, 1-1, request startup.
Right, check all the lights.
Atumi, cleared for startup. Wind
That goes on to
099,
flash.
6 meters per second.
Right, start the left engine. Just let that engine come up. When the ignition light goes, starter light goes off, we'll start the right hand
Passing
one.
waypoint 2 at 7,000. Uzi, on station at Bulls 120 for 400 at 7,000.
That's because the APU gen's on.
Colt 1-1, Colt 2-1, radio check.
1, copy.
Right engine, and connect those throttles. Alright, just wait for that to come
I
up.
read you 5 by 5. Don't skip any checklist items. The bird has to be fully mission operational to pass this performance check.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's off. Let's check the flaps. I'll leave those in maneuver. Let's check the speed brakes. Go down
Colt
again.
2, passing waypoint 2 at 7,000.
Right, flight controls, left and right.
Colt 2, on station at bullseye
Stop with the radar.
120 for 400 at
Stir the
7,000.
pot. Right, that's that. SAS. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Takeoff trim. Let me do the MFDs. Oh. And the HUD. Or the IFCC. Put this on. And we're G meter reset whilst we're waiting.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Right, load all. Oh. Okay. Exit that. And then exit again. Flick the switch up. Take the standby out of the stand off. Not quite ready. There we go. CDU, TAD. Nav ready. Nav. Waypoint. Waypoint. Steering cue, EGI. The information up there. Right, G meter's done. Standby's done. Steer point switch is done. Dismiss. Don't need to do that. ILS and TACAN. TACAN, ILS. APU can come off. Right, EAC. And that hasn't gone on. Sometimes that the EAC won't come off. Come on. I'm not sure what that is. No idea. Right, anyway, carry on. Nosewheel steering. A10C.
Atumi, Colt 1-1. Request taxi to runway.
Alright, taxi light. Flaps are in manoeuvre, speed brakes are closed, canopy coming.
Clear to taxi to runway 31. 2, rolling.
Brake check.
1, rolling.
I'll slow that down. Just want to make sure I'm ahead of him. Right, and as we taxi, we'll change that to steady, put these on. Anti-skid, seat, pitot heat.
Batumi, Colt 1-1, request takeoff. Colt 1-1, Batumi, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.89.
A bit far then.
1, rolling.
Right, 90%. No warnings, let's go.
1, rolling.
Oh, rudders are still, yeah, they're a bit touchy. I need to dampen that a little bit. There's my 50 knots. Looking for 125-ish. Keep it central. And we're going up. Gear up. Horn off. Get the nose back down. Get the speed up. Get the flaps up. 150, 160, 170,
2, rolling.
180. Nose up.
Your performance check starts now.
Terrific. Don't know why I'm dreading this one. Should be fun, but we'll see how we get on. Might have to practice barrel rolls, I don't know. We'll see. Might be able to pull it off.
Fly heading 300, Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Right, we're looking for Angel 6, 200 knots. See if we can muster it. There's 3,000. Just adjusting trim.
2, rejoin.
That's 4,500.
The hard deck limit is in effect. Do not go below Angels 5 unless the restriction is terminated.
Alright, start pitching down slowly.
Approaching Angel 6. Level out and maintain 200 knots.
Right, there we go, Angel 6. Oh, come on, don't get too high. There we go.
Well done. Maintain 300 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Oh, it's trim as the speed comes up. Oh, getting a bit fast, aren't I? Oops.
Maintain 200 knots.
Yeah, I know.
Turn right to 040. Maintain Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Alright, let's get round.
Good. Maintain 040 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Anything fails me, it's that speed that failed me on that bit. It might not be that strict. Just trim for 200. Bit more throttle.
Aerobatics are an essential part of flying a combat aircraft.
He says.
Once we enter the military operations area and complete the clearing turns to sanitize the environment, we will perform a G awareness test.
Pre-clearing turn. Yeah. That's the left-right, 90 degrees.
The G-awareness test is required for any maneuvers exceeding 4 Gs. I expect we'll be doing that today.
Roger.
You did practice your anti-G straining maneuver, right, Cadet? We're getting close to the MOA, so we will find out soon.
Oh, I did. Got your G-suit on, yeah. My inflatable pads. With the pint, yeah. That's a yeah. Oh, let's pull that down. Let's get the speed back down. Was I supposed to do that manoeuvre now? I completely missed that.
You are now entering the military operations area.
That's good to know. Oh no, it's in a minute, isn't it? No. Just maintain and continue on, isn't it? Try to retrim.
Colt 2, passing waypoint 3 at 7,000.
Make a 90-degree left turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
7,000.
Right, let's
Uzi,
go.
passing waypoint 3 at 7,000.
Scanning, round, scanning.
Good. Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
Roger that.
Now make a 90-degree right turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
I always do that on the right turn. Start getting out of shape. Yeah, having a good look round. Let's get the
Good.
nose
Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
down. Twice he said that. Got a bit fast. I can notice the A10 beneath me there.
Let's get some altitude and speed. Fly heading 040 Angel 7 at 260 knots.
Right, let's climb first to Angel 7. We need 260 knots. Nice, trim.
Good. Maintain 040 Angel 7 at 260 knots.
Minus 260, let's capture that speed.
Now perform your G awareness test by making two 180-degree left turns pulling at least 4 Gs. You should end up back on the same heading and altitude as when you started. Begin when ready.
Left turns pulling 180 degree left turns pulling for at least 4 Gs.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 5 at 7,000.
Oh, won't let me. A bit too slow. Oh, that wasn't too pretty, was it? Oh, he hasn't said anything. Let's get the speed up a bit better. Try that again. Let's get that 4G. No. Is that my bank angle? Don't get too slow.
Passing waypoint 4 at 7,000.
The speed just disappears straight away. There you go, what do you think of that then? Yeah, it was that good.
Good enough.
Oh,
Our
there you
first
go. Good
aerobatic
enough.
maneuver will be an Immelman. Don't forget to fire your smoke pods. You want it to look good for the cameras. Increase speed and begin when ready.
Right, welcome to the air show. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You should have said better than most. Right, let's get this speed up and then Immelman, which is the split S that goes up in the air.
You failed to perform that
I was
correctly.
supposed to do it quicker. Right, let's see if it can let me get away with it.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 6 at 7,000.
Oh yeah, I've lost tons of speed then.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a split S. Begin when ready. Good.
Thank you. Alright, split S. Let's roll. Put it round. Take out the throttle. As we come over the bottom, put it back in.
Terminate, terminate, terminate. You broke the hard deck restriction.
Oh,
This
you're
PO
joking.
is terminated.
Oh, that's a pain.
Okay, let's see how you have rated.
Let's pull up anyway. Oh, 5,000 feet, wasn't it?
For general knowledge, airmanship,
Oh,
and
that's
safety,
annoying.
you rated unqualified.
Oh dear.
For pre-takeoff and takeoff,
Thing is
you
with
rated
this,
qualified.
if you pull too much, the speed just disappears straight away. So
For navigation
when
and
you're going
maneuvers,
like that
you rated
speed,
unqualified.
T6 250s 40, 30, 20, 10, 0, 6, 5,
For approach,
4.
landing, and after
3,
landing, you rated
2.
unqualified.
So the speed just disappears in that
For
maneuver
comms and task prioritization, you rated unqualified.
and completely disappears, you know.
We will end our flight here. You did poorly. Your rating is an unqualified.
And
You
then
need to spend
the-
more time training.
For the,
Repeat this PO
split
again
S,
when you are ready.
pull the throttle off. Let's bring that round. Come round, come round, come round, come round. See that you can't put it too much because it goes out of shape. See? Oh, and I broke the hard. Oh, just above the hard deck then. Only just made it that time. Now we'll put the air brakes out maybe on the downward. Right. Oh dear. Oh, let's have a little breather. I'll reset my switches. Yeah, so that split S and that Immelman on this thing, it really, the speed just obviously drops off. And I'm at full throttle and the speed just disappears completely. And if you pull too hard, it gets really out of shape quick and you start to stall. So you can't pull much G on it. And I went down to about 4,500, 4,600 feet, so I was only like 400 to 500 feet off it. Maybe I'm being a bit hesitant on the first bit of it. Just got to be throttles off, invert, pull, speed brake out maybe, just to give a bit of extra flip for the nose. But as I come out of that Immelman, when I got to the top, I was out of shape because I'd lost so much speed. But you pull back on the stick, you're losing speed. But if you go up, you're losing speed. So you've got to get that just right. That's a tricky one. Otherwise you stall and you're all over the show, as you saw. Getting to know the aircraft well though, that's what it's good. That's what it's for, so that's good. We'll try that again in a second. Just have a little break. It's my back, you see. I hope everyone's doing well. It's good to see you all today. Hope you're enjoying your day, whatever you're doing, or whatever time of day it is. You might have had a good day already. But if you haven't yet already tried it, this is definitely a campaign to try. It's the Basic Flight Training Qualification for the A10C off the DCS website. It's really good. It's only $10. But I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. Learning a bit, and it's getting me used to the A10. So that's pretty awesome. And it's good it takes a couple of attempts actually, because you are getting better with it each time you do it, so that's what it's all about. No point being perfect straight away. What's the point of doing it then, is there? So yeah, good for learning, especially an introduction to DCS. If you want to start getting into, if you're new, I'll definitely recommend it. If you haven't been flying DCS for long or for much of the time, and you want to learn a bit more and get acquainted with it, you know, it takes you through it step by step. You only need the checklist out of the which is available on the DCS website, and away you go. Talks you through it. It's quite intuitive. So this is BFT-07, which is the Aerobatics part of it, obviously. I'm not sure how many there are. There might be 12, something like that in total, 13. I'm not sure. But yeah, getting through them. The earlier ones, I've got these available on on my YouTube channel. That's where I've got all my stream archive from the last year. So if you want to go check that out, throw us a subscribe or and a like and a share, be much appreciated. But yeah, go check those out. So once I've had a little break, I will get back into it. Just don't want to rush. It's only 2:20 in the UK at the moment, so bide our time for a little while. Yeah, for that split S I might try putting the brakes out, air brakes, speed brakes out, throttle off, speed brakes out, inverted pull. The Immelman Really need more speed, but it only gives you a short amount of time to pull off that manoeuvre. So whilst he's talking, I should be really having, you know, getting the speed up to 300 knots or something. And that'll also be a good idea, I think. Oh, excuse me. Just get that loaded in ready. Actually, I'm going to take a 2-minute comfort break. Nature calls. Drinking too much squash, that is. I'll be back in 2 minutes and then we'll get going with this and try it again. Oh, that's much better. Good to go now. Right then, let's try this. Let's try this beauty again. Unfortunately, I've got to go through the startup, so
Welcome.
bear with me.
Get your bird in the air so we can start this PO.
Right, let's see how quick I can do it. That one, that one, that one, that one. Check. Oh. Check. Check that. That's the fuel. Check the oxygen. Boost pumps. Okay, I'm just going to set the radios before I start the APU. 131. Get the APU up. Looking for that 100%, and put the APU gem power to on. There we go. That's coming on. Radios on, and on. Seat adjust don't need to do. Let's request engine start.
Atumi, Colt 1-1, request startup.
Make sure my throttles are separated.
Colt 1-1, Atumi, cleared for startup, wind 099, at 6 meters per second.
Left engine.
Pontiac 1,
Cycle
passing
the lights.
waypoint 2 at 290.
That flashing. Whilst I'm waiting, I'm gonna get that on. Get this on. Just jump in the queue a bit. Get these on. That's CDU. because the APU gen switches on.
Passing waypoint 2 at
And there's down to
7,000.
10.
Oozing on station at Bulls 120 for 400 at 7,000.
Let's wait, it's about 2 minutes, or a minute to get that started.
Colt 1-1, Colt 2-1, radio check.
Right, let's acknowledge this guy.
1, copy.
Right, that's all started.
I read you 5 by 5.
Just flaps check. Speed brakes.
Don't skip any checklist items. The bird has to be fully mission operational to pass this performance check.
Controls. Stir the pot. Shake the rudders. And let's have SAS on. 2, 3 and 4. Takeoff trim. Yeah, that's right. Get these on.
Colt 2, passing waypoint 2 at 7,000. Colt 2, on station at Bulls 120 for 400 at 7,000.
There.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Right, let's exit that. Oh, load all. Exit that. Come down, exit again. Switch to on. Wait for the. Let's reset the G meter. CDU, TAD, nav ready. Nav. We want the waypoint. Put that one on. Right, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's on, that's on. APU gen off. APU off. EAC. Yeah, it's not going on again. Left side. Forward on left side. Okay. Let's have those all steering on. Left side panel forward on left side. What here? Ah, there it is. That's hidden away, isn't it? Let's request taxi. That is good to know.
Atumi, Colt 1-1, request taxi to runway.
Right, flaps are on manoeuvre.
Colt 1-1, Atumi, clear to taxi to runway 31.
Let's give a brake check.
Rolling.
Right, let's go.
1, rolling.
So you're supposed to taxi at like this speed. Yeah, that's good. So there's an emergency brake switch down there. If your engines are off and you need to stop on the runway, start the APU, get the APU gen on, and there's your emergency brake. Oh, set that on. Set. Oh, it's not working. There you go. That's better.
Atumi, Colt 1-1, request takeoff.
That down.
Colt 1-1, Atumi, you are cleared for takeoff and ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.89.
Roger that. Right, let's get on the runway. Brakes on, 90%. Right, let's go.
1, rolling.
$50 knots, nose wheel steering off. Yeah, cheers Nuki for that, that's good to know. I'd have been hunting forever for that. Alright, it's 140 knots, 150, flaps up. Let's get the speed up.
2, rolling.
There you go, 180, let's take your feet off the runners there.
Your performance check starts now.
Let's try this again. Put the nose down.
Fly heading 300, Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Right, let's set for that speed. Trim a bit on the roll. Yeah, so because of trim for speed, the aircraft's trying to keep that speed. So it pitches up, pitches down. Makes it a bit easier on the ascent.
The hard deck limit is in effect. Do not go below Angels 5 unless the restriction is terminated.
Alright, let's push the nose down.
Approaching Angel 6. Level out and maintain 200 knots.
A little bit out of shape there. There we go, 6,000
Well done.
feet.
Maintain 300 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Yeah, caught the speed better that time. Let's just trim for that speed. Basically, I'll center the stick, and then trim into this. The movement's very small, either up or down.
Turn right to 040. Maintain Angel 6 at 200 knots.
So put a bit of. Let's get the nose round a bit. Put a bit of throttle up, but not too much. If you don't turn enough, he tells you off.
Good. Maintain 040 Angel
Picked up a
6
lot of
at
speed
200 knots.
There you go. The more accurate you can maintain altitude, speed and heading, the better.
Aerobatics are an essential part of flying a combat aircraft. Once we enter the military
It's flashing.
operations
That's what I
area
meant for
and
a while.
complete the clearing turns to sanitize the environment, we will perform a G awareness test.
Roger that.
The G awareness test is required for any maneuvers exceeding 4 Gs. I expect we'll be doing that today. You did practice your anti-G straining maneuver, right, Cadet? We're getting close to the MOA, so we will find out soon.
That's Sir Cadet to you. Alright, there we go.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 4 at 7,000.
Is that why you do it? To make sure your suit's working properly. Check your G tolerance. Yeah, I suppose if you don't check your suit's working properly, you could be in a lot of trouble quite quickly. Although this thing only pulls G for about 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
You are now entering the military operations area.
Bit fast.
Make a 90-degree left turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
Colt 2, passing waypoint 3 at 7,000.
So you mean now?
Colt 2, passing waypoint 4 at 7,000. Uzi, passing waypoint 3 at 7,000.
I think he means now.
You failed to make an appropriate clearing turn.
Oh, that was
Good. Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
so they don't give you much time.
Now
do
make
they?
a 90-degree right turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
You can do the scan, or you can just, turn the aircraft basically, I think.
Good. Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
Stayed at 6,000. Oh, there he goes.
Let's get some altitude and speed. Fly heading 040 Angel 7 at 260 knots.
No, trim for that attitude. Just use trim. There we go.
Good. Maintain 040 Angel 7 at 260 knots.
Right, Immelman first, isn't it? Which is the one going up.
Now perform your G awareness test
Oh, no,
by
G
making
awareness,
two
no.
180-degree left turns pulling at least 4 Gs. You should end up back on the same heading and altitude as when you started. Begin when ready.
Oh, I'm climbing. Let's get some speed up.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 5 at 7,000.
Hopefully that's enough to have done it.
Good enough.
Yeah, there
Our
we go.
first aerobatic maneuver will be an Immelman. Don't forget to fire your smoke pods. You want it to look good for the cameras. Increase speed and begin when ready.
Oh, I don't even know how to start the bleeding smoke pods. Right, so it's 280.
Good.
Let's get that nose round. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get round, get round, get round, get round.
Passing waypoint 4 at 7,000.
You failed to perform that correctly.
Joking. No, I'm not doing it again. Oh, that's a pain.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a split S. Begin when ready. Good.
Keep that turn, keep that turn. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Excellent. You performed that correctly.
Good. That leveled at 6.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a loop. Begin when ready.
Alright, let's go.
Good.
Come round, come round, come round. Oh. No, no, out of shape.
Pontiac
Come
1, passing waypoint 6 at 7,000.
Slightly off track here.
You failed to perform that correctly.
Yeah, it's because it was banking, wasn't it?
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a left barrel roll.
Yeah.
Turn to heading 220 and begin when ready.
Right, 220. It's just keeping the stopping it from banking, isn't it? Oh, no, keep going round. There we go. Oh, being rubbish at the minute. So barrel roll comes
Begin
up.
when ready. Good. Excellent. You performed that correctly.
Well, he doesn't sound happy with me, does he?
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a cloverleaf. The cloverleaf maneuver combines the first half of a right barrel roll with the last half of a loop. You should finish 270 degrees east of your original heading. Only one leaf of the cloverleaf is required. Begin when ready.
Only one leaf. Oh, okay. So that's pull up. Come round. And pull.
Terminate, terminate, terminate. You broke the hard deck restriction.
Oh,
This PO is terminated.
Oh. Yeah, I was
Okay,
being a
let's see
bit
how
too
you have
subtle on
rated.
that one, I think, on that last split S. Don't think I had enough height, really.
For general knowledge, airmanship,
Yeah,
and
it's all gonna
safety,
be fail,
you
fail,
rated
fail.
unqualified.
Let's quit that. Oh. So there's a couple of things there that I was slightly off with. Just reset my switches. And that was break the hard deck. The loop went a bit awry because it banked. It's just getting that right rate of the right pitch rate going. It's going to bleed off speed something ridiculous, and find you pulling the stick back more and more and more as the speed comes down to get it over the top. If you pull too much, it goes really out of shape. But if you don't pull enough, you're going to break the hard deck and things like that. So it's finding that sweet spot with the stick, I'm finding. But yeah, it's good. It's good to know that. That makes life better when you're actually going to take it into combat, I suppose. Yeah. You'll be able to pull these manoeuvres off and know exactly what you're doing. But yeah, a couple of things. We'll just give this another go in a second, just having a little break. It's nice to have a break between flights. So. Yeah, so the 90-degree checks, I need to start that as soon as he says, because you've only got a few seconds of flying time before you go out of the trigger zone, I guess. And then the G manoeuvre was good enough. Obviously they're not too fussed, as long as you hit the 4G on the G meter, I suppose, that they're happy with that. So the Immelman, was that alright? I can't remember. That was alright, I think. Split S was alright. No, the Immelman wasn't. They said I didn't do it properly for some reason. Maybe I was a bit out of shape with the bank, with the roll. And yeah, the split S went alright. The loop was out of shape, so I've got to watch that roll as the speed comes off. It gets out, starts towards the stall. Barrel roll was fine, and the clover leaf I broke the what's it underneath. So yeah, getting better. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, if I could do all this stuff, there's no point doing this campaign. But yeah, okay. Quite a finicky little plane at times. It's got its limits. Doesn't like too much stick. Can only handle a certain amount of G for so long, and then it drops the speed. The speed disappears quick. So you've got to be gentle but firm. That's what she said. So yeah. Well, I'll get going again in a minute. I'm going to have to do all the startup again. Do you reckon auto start would be alright? Definitely give this a go though. It's good. Yeah, I was going to say, by the time I'm finished with this, the checklist will be able to hopefully disappear, and I can just flick all the switches. But when you're flying normally anyway, when you're not being measured on it by a campaign or whatever, there is a way to get it done a bit quicker. Certain checks and stuff you don't have to worry about. You know, start both engines at the same time, and I don't know if that works, but and there's a lot of hot starts as well, so. But you get to know a way. The good thing with that is, even though it might be a bit tedious, is you get to know where everything is in the cockpit, and because you're doing it repetitiously, when you think, oh, okay, ILS, you know to look down that way. When you think radios, you know that way. So you're mapping the cockpit in your head. So that's the good thing about it. Especially if you want to fly this airplane a lot and fly it in missions and do the other campaigns, you know. So hopefully after I've done these, I'm going to start with the A10 campaigns and see how I get on with those after doing these, and see what those are like. But yeah, I'll stream anything I do with the A10 now. I'm going to stream, and plus any other practice I'll stream here and there. So that'd be it'd be nice to see the journey from start to finish. You know, when I started this campaign, I'd only had the A10 a week, and I'd done the basic training missions that came with it, and then I started on this. I did a bit of practice with it, and then I started on this. Yeah, the A10 channel. Yeah, yeah. But I will be flying the other aircraft as well in and around it for a break, and just you know, so I don't forget what I'm doing with those. But obviously the A10 has a lot of in-depth training on it, where the other ones you don't have anything for that apart from the manual, and download NATOPS if you want, but that's not fun, is it? You know, can't stream sitting here reading out the manual. No. So yeah, much better this way. I kind of like it. Now, once I feel ready, we'll get back into it. Won't be long, just a minute or two, just to let myself digest, analyse, and get back into it. And hopefully we'll pass this one. I mean, what is this? Only 3 o'clock. Got a bit of time yet. Yeah. Then once I've passed this, I'll be able to put on an A10 air show. Do you know what I should look at actually in a minute? Is how to get those smoke things going. I wonder what the key binding for that is, or the keyboard. Is it Shift I or something? Right then, let's get back in. Yeah, you can lose that one, didn't you? Well, this is it, isn't it? You know, fly.
Welcome. Get your bird in the air so we can start this PO.
Right, he drives off. Let's have a look. Search smoke. No. Nothing comes up. Oh well, don't need to worry about that. Right, back to starting this up again. That one, that one, that one. I'm just pressing buttons. Just got to do the radio quick before I start the APU. 13.1. Doesn't really give you enough time to build up the speed, and for some that will get a bit of altitude for these yeah, I was just wondering how you turn it on. It's got these here, look, smoke pods on. He says make sure you turn them on. Well, I don't know how to do that. Alright, ATC.
Atumi, Colt 1-1, request startup. Colt 1-1, Atumi, cleared for startup, wind 099, at 6 meters per second. Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 2 at 290.
Some of these systems online a bit ahead. Set the manual, it will say air to air mode, use the weapons release on the HOTAS, turn them on. Oh, okay. I don't think I'll be judged on that at all.
At 7,000.
I'd rather not, but
On station at Bull 120 for 400 at 7,000.
Colt 1-1, Colt 2-1, radio check.
let's copy that.
1, copy.
I read you 5 by 5.
Roger that.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Alright, loads all.
Don't skip any checklist items. The bird has to be fully mission operational to pass this performance check.
Alright, CDU, TAD, nav, waypoint. Now that switch can go up.
Colt 2, passing waypoint 2 at 7,000. Colt 2, on station at Bulls 120 for 400 at 7,000.
ILS and TACAN are on. Let's get the APU gen off. Oh no. I need to test the flight controls tonight. Right, that's that done. Speed brakes. There we go. And let them down. Right, let's move the joystick and the rudders. Okay, that's that done. Let's put on the SAS. Take off trim. Right, I've done all that. APU can come off now. Yeah, EAC doesn't go on for this. NWS on. Let's ask for taxi.
Atumi, Colt 1-1. Request taxi to runway.
Taxi light.
Colt 1-1. Atumi, clear to taxi to runway 31. 2, rolling.
Alright, brake check.
1, rolling.
It's taxi to the runway. Yeah, this is about the speed it wants you to taxi in this. Which is good because on this stretch, on this taxiway, we can get set up ready for takeoff. So we want this one down, this one up. We'll have landing lights on, this one on, this one on.
Atumi, Colt 1-1. Request takeoff.
That one on.
Atumi, Colt 1-1. Request takeoff.
Oh, I was hoping to get a response by now.
Colt 1-1.
There you go.
Atumi, you are cleared for takeoff and ready. Climb 1 at QFE 29.89.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't he? A bit repetitive. Right, 90%. Let's go.
1, rolling.
Right, 120. Get the nose down. If I turn the EGI on, flaps up.
2, rolling.
Right, let's climb.
Your performance check starts now. Fly heading 300, Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Right then, so in the climb. Quite a healthy climb rate, near 3,800 feet per minute. Passing 4,000 feet. That trim is keeping the climb speed in check.
The hard deck limit is in effect. Do not go below Angels 5 unless the restriction is terminated.
Roger that. Angels 5 is the...
Approaching Angel 6. Level out and maintain 200 knots. Well done. Maintain 300 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Roger that. Right.
Turn right to 040. Maintain Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Let's get the nose round a bit.
Good. Maintain 040 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 3 at 7,000.
There we go.
Aerobatics are an essential part of flying a combat aircraft. Once we enter the military operations area and complete the clearing turns to sanitize the environment, we will perform a G awareness test.
Okay. Again. Right, come on, concentrate.
The G awareness test is required for any maneuvers exceeding 4 Gs. I expect we'll be doing that today. You did practice your anti-G straining maneuver, right, Cadet? We're getting close to the MOA, so we will find out soon.
That's nice and stable. Quite a relaxing cruise here, actually. It's like 737.
You are now entering the military operations area.
Roger that. Alright, so we've got that clearing check to do in just a second. As soon as he says it.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 4 at 7,000.
Make a 90-degree left turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft. Good. Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary. Now make a 90-degree right turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
There you go.
Good. Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
Passing waypoint 3 at 7,002. Passing waypoint 3
is that
at
one done?
7,000.
G thing.
Let's get some altitude and speed. Fly heading 040 Angel 7 at 260 knots. Good. Maintain 040 Angel 7 at 260 knots. Now perform your G awareness test by making two 180 degree left turns pulling at least 4 Gs. You should end up back on the same heading and altitude as when you started. Begin when ready.
A bit out of shape there. Doesn't want to do two.
Good enough. Our first aerobatic maneuver will be an Immelman. Don't forget to fire your smoke pods. You want it to look good for the cameras. Increase speed and begin when ready.
I'm going to get that speed up. I've got to do this.
Good.
Come on, come round, come round, come round. Oh, that's the... It's going to be a bit out of shape. Oh, that was good.
You failed to perform that correctly.
You believe it. That was a lot better than the last one.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a split S. Begin when ready. Good.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 5 at 7,000.
Excellent. You performed that correctly. Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a loop. Begin when ready.
He won't like this. Right. Let's go.
Good.
Let's get that nose up and over the top quick as I can before the speed disappears.
Passing waypoint 4 at 7,000.
Good.
Oh, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Oh, come on.
Excellent. You performed that correctly.
Didn't want to do that, did it? Get some speed up.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a left barrel roll. Turn to heading 220 and begin when ready.
Right, 220.
Begin when ready.
Don't think you'd like that one. Go for another one.
You failed to perform that correctly.
Did that alright last time. Wonder what's wrong with that then. Looks alright from my end.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a cloverleaf. The cloverleaf maneuver combines the first half of a right barrel roll with the last half of a loop. You should finish 270 degrees east of your original heading. Only one leaf of the cloverleaf is required. Begin when ready.
Right, so pull up. Oh, that looks shocking, didn't it? Come on, come on, come on. Oh no, I'm too low.
Terminate, terminate, terminate.
Too low.
You broke the hard deck restriction. This PO is terminated.
I need some altitude before
let's
doing
see
that
how
one.
you have rated.
Oh, that wasn't as good as last time. But I still broke the hard deck.
For general knowledge, airmanship, and safety, you rated unqualified.
Yeah, well, because I'd failed it, didn't I? Just quit. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Maybe it's because when I was coming out of that barrel roll I didn't bring the throttles back. But the first one I thought looked quite nice. Maybe it wasn't quite big enough. Oh, it's a tricky bugger. Yeah, not bad. Getting there. A bit better than last time. Not really, don't do a lot of, what's it? That's what she said, yeah. Yeah. Get out. Oh man. Oh dear. Yeah, not bad progress. See, it's one of those things that you think you know how to do it, but when it comes to the test, not so much. But as long as it looks like one, usually you get away with it. But it's quite strict, isn't it, on the how it goes? Oh, would you? Yeah. Oh dear. I can see why. Yeah. So, monitor goes out the window, you know, computer across the room. That's it, I'll give up. Stomp off. No, it's not easy. It's not. It says basics, but even the basics, some of them, if you're not used to doing them, and you, at least within parameters that they set, you know. But it really improves your airmanship, doesn't it? And makes you focus and keep an eye on where you are and what you're doing. Usually, you just stick the joystick and you're off. It doesn't matter what it looks like. But this is trying to get a bit more accurate. So can't be too bad, I suppose. Yeah, they are. When you look at the briefing as well, and you can see what the tolerances are, they're quite strict. I suppose you keep, the idea is you keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and the stuff that you're struggling with, you'll get better with because of repetition. You know. But there's going to come a point where that repetition starts, you know, having enough. The guy's voice makes me want to punch stuff, yeah. It's one of those, it does get a bit. That was not done correctly. Off. Absolutely. But you know, it's just the information I'm focusing on. So I wonder what. But that loop was a lot better, and the just the barrel roll he didn't like this time. Last time he was like, yeah, that's great. So I don't know quite what the difference is. Definitely got to hit certain parameters that they've laid out. And I pitched to 10 degrees and over we went. Maybe you got to keep a constant roll, and I'll speed it up, and it moved it about. Once you get going, and it's got to be a nice firm action, and you just maintain that. Pull off the throttle as you come around the bottom, and then pitch up and put the throttle back in, perhaps. We'll have a go anyway. Yeah. I wonder if it's on the basic training. Just going to save me on that one. Let's have a look. Nothing there. Yeah, nothing in the basic training thing. You can't select anything to do with it there either. So it must be in the... I wonder if it's in the manual. Yeah, that's easy enough, yeah. So let's have a look at these objectives again. So for an Immelman, you need ensure a consistent pitch rate, ensure consistent entry and exit references, ensure minimum wing drop. Yeah, absolutely. We'll do some flying. It's a lot cooler here as well, which has been really nice. So yeah, we'll schedule something in. That would be cool. Be good to get back on, do some bombing. Yeah. Ensure consistent pitch rate. Ensure consistent entry and exit references. Don't know how you do that. Just they can't. Well, they're not going to be able to see where you're looking, are they? Ensure minimal wing drop. Ensure consistent entry and exit speeds. Yeah, because if you're too fast coming down the bottom, it's not going to be a loop, is it? It's going to be some teardrop thing. Same with that one. Cloverleaf, ensure consistent pitch rate, consistent roll rate, 90-degree turn at the inverted position. Ensure proper exit reference, ensure consistent entry and exit speeds. See, that one I think it's what I'm too low, especially to perform a split S and not hit the 5,000. For my money anyway. Because what I'm doing is I'm pitching up and then pulling back further on the stick as the speed decreases to keep the nose coming round. But you've got to make sure that that rate is maintained. So what's that? You look at the G meter? Or visually? Something like that. Long straight highway for orientation reference, yeah. So it's just find a reference, isn't it? Find a marker on the ground and stick and keep your eye on it and watch it as it comes over. Yeah, I suppose you look over the wing to make sure that it's, you know, you're not doing that. So your wing drop is, you know, you keep within, but you're not getting that stall going. Yeah. Because this thing, you know, it's acceleration nav, and it hasn't got the power to keep you going up if the speed's coming off quite quick. So you're going to end up coming up and doing like a what do they call it? You know, the one that comes up and just does a little loop at the top, and then can't remember the name of it. It's an air-to-air manoeuvre. A high something or other. No, I can't remember the name of it. But you end up putting one of them instead of a loop. You're supposed to dive first and then pull up into the loop. Hammerhead. There you go. Yeah. Oh dear. Then you got to perform an aerobatic sequence as well. Right. What's the time? 3:30. Okay. So let's try this again. Oh, you used to do it for real, did you? Oh. I bet you got better instruction than this. Does this say anything different? Doesn't, does it? So you've got a 5 millisecond wind as well. 5 millisecond, 5 meters per second. Right, let's get this going.
Welcome. Get your bird in the air so we can start this PO.
Yeah, let's do that. Right then, gen, battery. I knew there'd be one coming up sooner or later that was going to stop me in my tracks a bit. Do that. Let's test this. Alright, let's get these on. Just start the APU. Do the radio. Because the gen's not powered yet, so it's just coming online. Let me bleed there. Right, cycle the lights. Or did I do the right one? Yeah, let's go. Right, CDU on. A10C radios.
Atumi, Colt 1-1, request startup. Colt 1-1, Atumi, clear for startup, wind 099 at 6 meters per second.
Right, let's get the engines going. A learning curve, or is it a curse? Well, yeah, we find out. Curse, I think. Hopefully they're not asking too much, too soon kind of deal. But maybe, you know, more strict in advance maybe. There's gets me all hot and flustered. That's the APU gen.
Passing waypoint 2 at 7,000. On station at bullseye
Right, let's get that going.
120 for 400 at 7,000.
Whew, it's warmed up a bit. That might be coming from the computer though, rather than anywhere else.
Colt 1-1, Colt 2-1,
Working it hard
radio
today.
check.
Yeah, let's do that. Other copy.
1, copy.
I read you 5 by 5.
Roger. Right, so wait for the starter to go off. Right, recycle the flaps.
Don't skip any checklist items. The bird has to be fully mission operational to pass this performance check.
Yeah, you said. Okay, let's check the controls. Stay on the pot. Work the rudders. SAS could go on. 2, 3, 4. Check that.
Colt 2, passing waypoint 2 at 7,000. Colt 2, on station at Bulls 120 for 400 at 7,000.
Just wait for all this to come on and testing be done.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Right, let me just consult this to make sure I haven't missed anything. Right, NWS on.
Atumi, Colt 1-1. Request taxi to runway.
Taxi light is on, brakes are checked. Got to do that. Don't know the flaps manoeuvre. Brake, speed brakes closed, can be coming.
Colt 1-1.
Check
Atumi,
and see.
clear to taxi to runway 31. 2, rolling.
Brake check.
1, rolling.
Right, there we go, and we're off. Right, we'll put these on steady. Get the flashies going. Request takeoff.
Atumi, Colt 1-1, request takeoff.
Landing light on. That one goes on, that's all done. Veto. Anti-skid is on. No, it doesn't let me do it too far away.
Atumi, Colt 1-1, request takeoff. Colt 1-1, Atumi, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.89.
Right then. Let's give this another whirl.
1, rolling.
Okay. I like the rumbling sounds. It's like the tyres on the asphalt there.
Rolling.
Your performance check starts now.
Right, here we go. And we're off.
Fly heading 300 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
I think when you're doing a loop then, you're kind of looking that way.
The hard deck limit is in effect. Do not go below Angels 5 unless the restriction is terminated.
I'll do my best.
Approaching Angel 6, level out and maintain 200 knots. Well done. Maintain 300 Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Right, there we go.
Turn right to 040, maintain Angel 6 at 200 knots. Good. Maintain 040, Angel 6 at 200 knots.
Lost some altitude there. Only about 30 feet. Yeah, really, oh, that's awesome.
Aerobatics are an essential part of flying a combat aircraft.
Doing what I can. Yeah, practice makes perfect at the end of the day.
Once we enter the military operations area and complete the clearing turns to sanitize the environment, we'll perform a G awareness test. The G awareness test is required for any maneuvers exceeding 4 Gs. I expect we'll be doing that today.
Okie dokie.
You did practice your anti-G straining maneuver, right, cadet? We're getting close to the MOA, so we will find out soon.
Nah.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 4 at 7,000.
Have another pint, yeah, he's yeah. Have another pint and a steak. Am I in the MOA yet? I got distracted again.
You are now entering the military operations area.
Turn this into a drinking game, yeah. Every foul, drink.
Make a 90-degree left turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
Cove 2, passing waypoint 3 at 7,000. Cove 2, passing waypoint 4 at 7,000. Uzi, passing waypoint 3 at 7,000.
Good. Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
I will.
Now make a 90-degree right turn and scan the area above and behind your aircraft.
Yeah, I'm always doing that on this one. You're having a good look.
Good. Watch for any aircraft in the vicinity and be prepared to abort your maneuvers if necessary.
Bit wonky there, or got a bit high, didn't I? Was I 7,000? Or 6, wasn't it?
Let's get some altitude and speed. Fly heading 040 Angel 7 at 260 knots.
Alright, let's go up.
Good. Maintain 040 Angel 7 at 260 knots. Now perform your G awareness test by making two 180-degree left turns pulling at least 4 Gs. You should end up back on the same heading and altitude as when you started. Begin when ready.
Oh, went a bit far then. Pick up some speed.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 5 at 7,000.
Good enough. Our first aerobatic maneuver will be an Immelman. Don't forget to fire your smoke pods. You want it to look good for the cameras. Increase speed and begin when ready.
Roger that. Oh, what's going on? Right.
Good.
Now I've dipped the nose down again, haven't I? Yeah, that went alright. Whoa. I'm sorry, but that was crap.
You failed to perform that correctly.
That is tricky. It's the amount of speed you're losing, which is a pain.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a split S. Begin when ready.
Passing waypoint 4 at 7,000.
Good.
Go on, go. I'm gonna break it. Oh, I broke it. He's got nothing to say to that one.
Excellent. You performed that correctly.
Oh, that was lucky. Just trying to get back up to 7,000.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a loop. Begin when ready.
Alright, here we go. Let's go. Put it back.
Good.
Come on, get over. Come on. Don't get wobbly.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 6 at 7,000.
You failed to perform that correctly.
Oh, it's better than last time, though. Oh, that looked. I thought that was alright.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a left barrel roll. Turn to heading 220 and begin when ready.
Right, begin when ready. Right, no time like the present. So 10 degrees.
Begin when ready.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
You failed to perform that correctly.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Our next aerobatic maneuver will be a cloverleaf. The cloverleaf maneuver combines the first half of a right barrel roll with the last half of a loop. You should finish 270 degrees east of your original heading. Only one leaf of the clover leaf is required. Begin when ready.
Right, pull up.
Good.
Don't break, don't. Oh, went through again.
Terminate, terminate, terminate. You broke the hard deck restriction. This PO is terminated.
Okay, let's see how you have rated.
Wasn't really high enough.
Passing waypoint 5 at
And
7,000.
my pitch rate disappeared a bit.
For general knowledge, airmanship, and safety, you rated unqualified.
So, barrel roll, you've got to do that. And then do
For
that.
pre-takeoff and takeoff, you rated qualified. For
Kind of
navigation
deal.
and maneuvers, you rated unqualified.
No, it doesn't like that.
For approach, landing, and after landing, you rated unqualified.
My speed's come right down.
For comms and task prioritization, you rated unqualified.
Let's get the speed up.
We will end our flight here. You did poorly. Your rating is an unqualified. You need to spend more time training. Repeat this PO again when you are ready.
Right, let's go for a loop, pull back. That was a bit better. That was whoa. Yeah, not sure that. Well, it's kind of 90, wasn't it? Right, let's pick up some speed. Just having a little practice with them.
Pontiac 1 is RTB at 2,500.
Right, let's gain some altitude. Because you got to turn, you got to do the barrel roll into the inverted. Then is it 90-degree turn whilst you're inverted? So you come up, chuck it over this way. And then you've got to come out sort of like that. It's kind of tricky, that one. So we come into the right barrel roll. Oh. And then bring it up that or sort of that way. Something like that. Well, because I didn't land yet. Well, I think. Yeah, that cloverleaf one's a bit tricky. You'll keep your bearings. Otherwise, you don't know if you're 90 degrees or not. Because you've got to go up into that barrel roll to the inverted to the 90-degree turn whilst doing a split S. Which is, you know, I mean, I'm sure it looks great once you nail it. It's a little bit tricky. But yeah, that was better than the last one. I think I need to have a bit more practice with these manoeuvres, to be honest. Before I attempt this again. Maybe just go and have a look and see what they look like a bit more and do a bit of practice and then come back and try that again. But that wasn't too bad. That was better than last time, so I'm pleased with that. We're making progress. This one I thought it might stop me in my tracks a little bit. But these manoeuvres are kind of awesome. The first ones are, you've got to maintain the pitch rate, keep it level, maintain the speed and everything else. So there's a lot to take into consideration to get that balance just right. But yeah, lots of fun, absolutely, Nuki. It's lots of learning, lots of fun. Just when you think you're a pilot, nah. But of course, you know, I haven't had any instruction on it, so that's kind of the thing, isn't it? Usually have they should have like an instructional part to it, and then do the test kind of thing, maybe. Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. Constant practice, isn't it? I don't. Yeah. See, I practice things, but that's just for bombing targets, you know, to get bomb and take off, pattern, land, get bombs and missiles and things like that on target done, you know. I mean, when we used to do missions, it was get in, take off, fly, bomb, fly back, land. Don't faff, mess about. Ain't got time for startups and procedures and all that good stuff. But unless you're Sabre, yeah. No, I haven't tried the refueling yet. I've still got that to come. I've only ever used the drogue basket, you know, with the other aircraft, so that'll be something to look forward to in the future, no doubt, and probably will stream that. But what's the time now? It's coming up to 4 o'clock in the UK, and I think I'm going to call it quits there. That's 3 hours of this particular campaign. I'm making progress, more progress today, progress yesterday. So we passed one earlier, and yeah, I think I'll get a bit of practice in and come back and have another go at this. So I'll be back on Wednesday streaming 1 PM. I'll definitely be there on there. So thanks to everyone that's come to watch. Thanks for the follows. To Sabre Nuki for the chat. Good to see Shifty earlier and taking the mickey out of me. But yeah, that's all good. And anyway, guys, enjoy your Tuesday tomorrow. I'll see you Wednesday. Enjoy your DCS. Take care. See you guys soon.
Thank you for watching another Gumbo's Flying Circus livestream. Don't forget to join the Discord channel. Like, share, follow and subscribe for regular updates, chat, screenshots and more. Your kind support is always greatly appreciated. See you next time for another Gumbo's Flying Circus livestream.